Manuka honey is becoming increasingly popular as a health food product in China these days. VITMEDI is an iconic brand that represents leading quality Manuka honey, Jarrah honey, as well as natural honey. It is one of the fastest growing medicinal honey companies and are now available from over 10 different pharmacy chains. VITMEDI has been in the forefront of developing a comprehensive understanding of the properties of Australian Manuka honey by partnering with Australian and international universities for research. We visited a leading Australian Manuka honey research lab in the University of the Sunshine Coast to develop a deeper understanding of the benefits of Manuka honey. It's an honour for us to have you with us today. Could you please tell me a bit about yourself and your research topic?
My name is Dr. Peter Brooks. I'm a senior lecturer in chemistry. I also run the honey research lab here at the University of Sunshine Coast.
My name is Lynn Pappalardo and I work here at the University of the Sunshine Coast in our honey research laboratory.
I'm Matthew Pappalardo and recently I just finished an honours degree at the University of Technology in Sydney, where I connected the biological activity of Australian leptospermum honeys to the chemical profile of those honeys.
So I've been working on honey research for about 6, maybe 7 years.
I got into active honey research about 6 years ago when I began working with New Zealanders on their Manuka honey, and they were interested whether Australian leptospermum honeys have the same activity as the leptospermum scoparium from New Zealand.
We do testing on the honey to test its activity in our primary honey that we work with, the Australian leptospermum honeys.
Manuka honey is a really big topic in China right now. Chinese people have been using honey for more than just as a sweetener, they've been using it for medicinal purposes too. So could you tell me a bit, why is Australian Manuka honey so special?
Well, Manuka is just one species of leptospermum honey. So there's one species in New Zealand, that's the scoparium, and there's 83 species in Australia, including scoparium.
Where our leptospermums grow are a lot of coastal areas all around Australia. We've got a lot of coastline, and a lot of those areas aren't used for other activities, so there's not a lot of sprays and pesticides or anything being used. So it's quite a clean, green honey that you get.
Why we should be using it, it's got a special antibacterial action so that if it's applied to affect a wound, for example, the honeys will draw the infection out of the wound, and natural chemicals within the honey destroy the infection. But it's got antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds as well, so the inflammation of the wound is actually calmed down by the honey, and the wound actually repairs faster.
Has it got something to do with the NGO levels?
Yeah, it's called a non-peroxide activity, so just to go back a little bit, all honeys are antibacterial if applied to a wound. The high sugar content draws the bacteria out and desiccates them. The low pH makes it unfavourable for the bacteria. Now, Manuka honeys, or leptospermum honeys, have a compound called methyl dioxal, and they're the only type of honeys to have that.
You talk about honey being active when it has the content of methyl dioxal so that it can be antibacterial and anti-inflammatory and wound healing, also help build immune systems up.
But it can also be taken if you've got a sore throat, which is a streptococcus infection. It can help fight off the throat infection.
Could you please tell me a bit more about the difference between the UMF rating and the NGO rating on the package?
Okay, the UMF rating originally stood for unique Manuka factor before they knew what was causing it. So we knew that these honeys, when tested in a laboratory, were killing bacteria, but we didn't know why. So the stronger the action, the stronger the UMF rating. And then we discovered the compound responsible for that was methyl dioxal.
The process of measuring that is very difficult when you're testing it against a live organism, just because there's so many different variables at play. Whereas if we're just looking at quantitating and measuring the amount of MgO, you can get a really nice guide to the antibacterial activity.
Would you say that MGO is more reliable? Or?
Yep. MgO, methyl dioxal, can be measured very accurately using a chemical test like we do in our laboratory, so you can very easily get a measurement of the methyl dioxal content.
Basically what we do is we test honey samples that people have sent us for the methyl-glycol and the DHA precursor. So it gives us the ability to tell people who have sent their honeys to us how much MGO is in their honey.
So it's a very rapid test, so this test runs for about 15 minutes per sample on the instrument, whereas the UMF bacterial testing takes 24 hours for the bacteria to grow, so it's much slower, and it's a very definite test because we can get a very accurate measure of the methyl-glycol.
Quite high, and
I've read about like concerns, like how can you tell between fake Manuka?
To be confident if the honey has originated from Australia and New Zealand where these honeys are produced, if it's got Australian and New Zealand manufacturer label, then you'd be fairly confident that is one of those honeys.
Could you please tell me why does honey crystallize? Is that a concern for consumers?
It's not a concern for consumers. Honey is 80 to 85% fructose glucose mixture. And what can happen if the honey gets cool, the glucose begins to crystallize. It's no concern with health-wise or product-wise. What they can do is just get a saucepan of warm water and sit the honey jar in the water and let it warm up, and those crystals will mix back in and redissolve into the honey.
Okay, so we have a Australian jellybush honey here and the New Zealand Manuka honey. Could you explain the differences and the appearance?
Well, the difference is that the New Zealand Manuka honey has been creamed, which means they've added very small crystals for the glucose to begin crystallizing around. So lots and lots of little crystals of glucose. That's why it appears opaque. So the honey has a sort of greyish opaque appearance to it, whereas the Australian jellybush honey is clearer, it doesn't have that opaque appearance.